Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to see how long the Bible verses are needed. So let's just play it. Okay, so I think those who fear the Lord. Okay, I think from this point right here, it's no longer needed. So I'm going to make a cut right here. So I'm just going to highlight these two boxes here. And then I'm going to do Control K to cut and just remove everything after this point. Delete. And now when we play it, you'll notice that it'll just cut off instead of fading away. Yeah, so we're going to do the same thing with the keyframes that we did earlier with the text, just so that it smoothly fades out. So let's go here. Let's do the Bible verse box first. And let's say we want it to start fading out around here. Let's say about here. So make sure to click on opacity plus the stopwatch. And yeah, so it's going to start at 100, and then by the end of it, so around this point, it's going to disappear. So we want it to be 0. So just click and drag that 0. You can see that it disappears. So let's go to our text box. Click on the text box, go down to opacity at the bottom here, and we're going to set a keyframe again. Instead of clicking here, since we already have keyframes at the beginning, we're just going to use this button here. And that's for the end. So we're going to set it to 0. And then we got to find the point where the Bible verse box starts fading away. So it starts fading away around here. So we want the text to start fading away around the same time. So just set it to 100. Just set it to 100. And now when we play it, it fades away together. So that's what we're looking for. So I think there's one more spot where he uses a Bible verse. Let's just check to see what part that is. Okay, so around the 1:03 mark, he starts talking about verse 14. So when he starts talking about verse 14, we're just going to bring the verses back. So instead of starting all over, we can just copy this, Control C, and Control V to paste it. Okay, so I'm just going to see how long this verse is needed for. The theme of this year is grace to advance. Okay, so I think from this point on, it's not really needed. So I'm just going to cut it right here, highlight both boxes, Control K, delete everything after, and let's just do the same thing we did before and have it fade out instead of just cutting off. Yeah. So let's go slightly back, select the box, set a keyframe of 100 here, and let's go to the text now and set a keyframe here at the same place. Let's go back to the box. So we're going to set a keyframe right here at the end, and we're just going to drag it to 0 so it fades away. And then we're going to go back to the text and drag it to 0 so it fades away together. Now let's play it. I believe it. Awesome. Now I pretty much think that's all that we need to do for this. All we need to do here is probably just add a dip to black. So let's go back to effects down here. Scroll, dip to black. Let's just add it to the end here. Let's click on it, make it a bit shorter. And let's also get an exponential fade. So we want the audio to fade out as well as the visuals. So we're going to add it to the bottom here. Let's click and drag it to make it shorter. And now let's play it to see how it looks. More and more. Okay, let's watch that again just to make sure. More and more. Okay, that's good enough for me. So now, once we've done everything, I would suggest just watching the clip all over again and seeing if there's any more text that needs to be fixed. If everything looks good, make sure there's no typos or errors, and it's time to export.